Ну а прямо сейчас серия набирает обороты, и мы рады представить вам следующий поединок, который открывает главный карт сегодняшнего вечера. Дамы и господа, в синий угол клетки приглашается боец из Киргизии Iskhak Sagynbaev.
You're watching MMA Series 19, Time of New Heroes, live from St. Petersburg, Russia, brought to you by the Football Sports Network and around the world on the Clash TV app. This is the start of our main card here this evening. We have 4 main card fights before our 3 super fights later on. First fighter making his way down for the main card, Iskhak Sagynbaev. Sagynbaev fighting out of Kyrgyzstan. As we wait for him to make his way to the stage, he has a fantastic record, 2 wins out of 2 fights so far as a professional. His last fight being a fast guillotine win in 50 seconds. But he's in no rush to make his way down to the cage here. The steady confidence of an unbeaten fighter. This is a bantamweight contest. 135 pounds. This is our first of 3 fighters from Kyrgyzstan here tonight. All unbeaten fighters coming over here to fight in Russia. Really test themselves. So there you see 61.5 kilograms, well inside the limit. Expect these fighters to come out fast. So the referee hands the grease to be applied by the cornerman, and you see the joke in there, the cornerman saying, should I apply it onto his chest? A question from Ivan on Clash TV: what is the last 24 hours before a fight like for these guys? I found that the last 24 hours was generally trying to eat, trying to refuel after the weigh-in 24 hours before, or 36 hours before. So just trying to think over the game plan, how I was going to start the fight, trying to feel confident, just envision any scenario that could happen in the fight, and really just trying to refuel and get myself back up to weight after my weigh-ins, which would be either 145 or 155 pounds.
А в красный угол клетки приглашается его соперник из Таджикистана. Встречайте, Maksujon Kadirov!
His opponent making his way down to the red corner. We've seen him before on MMA Series. It's Maksujon Kadirov. Kadirov with a record of 2 wins and no defeats. An equal record to Sagynbaev. Kadirov's wins have come on the MMA Series. MMA Series 8, we saw a first round triangle win. And then on the MMA Series 9, he won with that Americana armlock submission, so a choke in the first, armlock in the second fight. Kadirov fights out of Tajikistan. And this is 2 young fighters, 2 bantamweights with equal records, unbeaten in 2 fights. And it's good to see fighters these days, they're on 1, 2, 3, 4 unbeaten fights and willing to go in against other unbeaten fighters rather than try to protect those records.
Уважаемые телезрители, Вашему вниманию представляется пятый поединок сегодняшнего турнира в легчайшей весовой категории, который открывает главный карт турнира. Встречайте, в синем углу клетки из Киргизии представитель клуба Evolve Gym. Его профессиональный рекорд составляет 2 победы, 0 поражений. Встречайте, Iskhak Sagynbaev! А противостоять ему будет боец из Таджикистана, представитель клуба Pride, представитель клуба Тень. В его профессиональном рекорде значится 2 победы, 0 поражений. Встречайте, Maksujon Kadirov! Рефери в клетке Алексей Касаткин.
Судья, внимание. Боец готов. Боец готов. Первый раунд. Бой!
You're watching MMA Series 19, Time of New Heroes, a bantamweight contest between Sagynbaev in the blue and Kadirov in the red. 2 unbeaten fighters, both 2-0, both looking to continue that winning streak. Sagynbaev much shorter, stockier. The tail of the tape showed everything else equal except height. Looking to clinch is Kadirov. Knees in the clinch, often seen from the taller fighters. That plumb clinch and then bringing the knees up. That was a slightly low knee there, but shook off and a touch of gloves. Sagynbaev jumps in with the low kick. Front kick from the back foot for Kadirov. Looping left hook back from Sagynbaev. Both throwing single shots here, not really found the distance. And that was a closer distance into a clinch from the taller man, Kadirov. Kadirov with an under-over clinch now, trying to pull in. You're looking to get that trip. Grip him with the S grip with his fingers. But that's good work. And there, Sagynbaev ducked underneath. And it was an attempt at a knee, I think, that went for a slip. But now he jumped down quickly and is in the full guard. Kadirov looking to work up for an armbar. Looking to pass guard there now. Sagynbaev steps off and just lets Kadirov get back to his feet. Kadirov switching from orthodox to southpaw effortlessly. Looks like he likes to engage the clinch from the southpaw stance. Each time he's gone to engage, he's gone from that orthodox and stepped forwards with his right foot and closed the distance, right foot forwards. Again, heavy low kicks. Good, solid low kicks from Sagynbaev as he powers them into the leg, the lead leg of Kadirov. Again, chopping away, forces the switcher stance there with a low kick. Chopping away, see some real power in those low kicks. How many of those can Kadirov take? Because they're too fast really for him to check the kicks. He doesn't seem to be able to get his leg up fast enough to defend. Just fielding them on the inside and outside of those thighs. Closing distance, that was nicer work there with the strikes. Kadirov with left and right punches into the head. You're watching MMA Series 19, brought to you by Fubo Sports Network and around the world on the Clash TV app. Make sure you clap for your favourite fighters on the app. score those fights and ask any questions. This is the taller man, Kadirov, still trying to work that clinch, trying to close distance, but every time Sagynbaev managed to turn him off, he's working these heavy low kicks from the outside. Swapping shots now. Kadirov making the most of the just slight extra length on the right hand there as he landed more clean. And a low kick of his own. Maybe the amount of low kicks there has made him throw his own. And that's a takedown into top position, and we're back now into this position with Sagynbaev in the full guard of Maksujon Kadirov. Will Kadirov look to work the guard again from this high position? Looking for armbar, triangle. There he goes. He starts to work the angle. Round to the side. He's looking for the armbar. Sagynbaev posted his right arm to the floor to try to defend that then, so the leg couldn't come over the head. They're big elbows now from inside the guard. Not an easy shot to get power and leverage into when you're so much shorter. The elbow, but he put his whole body into that elbow, dropped down, did the damage. A good first round for me if I'm looking to score that round there. Let's have a look at the replay and we'll see why I'm probably scoring this way. Big looping left hand from Sagynbaev, rushing the clinch and trying to close the distance, forcing himself forward was Kadirov. But the takedowns and the strikes on the floor, for me, was Sagynbaev. If you look at the strikes there, thrown, Sagynbaev slightly less thrown, but the ones that he did landed nearly double the amount of shots landed, and I will give the round for the 2 takedowns and the higher percentage landed to Iskhak Sagynbaev. On the Clash TV app, again agreeing with me there. 1071 Sagynbaev, 651 to Kadirov. Okay, so we start round number 2, MMA Series 19, Time of New Heroes. Sagynbaev in the blue, Kadirov in the red. For me and the guys at home on the Clash TV app, we have this fight scored to Sagynbaev 1 round up so far. It's a nice right hand over the top. Jumping knee attempt from Kadirov out of distance. Sagynbaev confident to stay stood inside. Stands his ground. Another solid low kick there. How many of these can Kadirov take? He stepped out of the way of that one very wisely. They see the punches thrown by Kadirov are more, but just out of distance, not landing clean. Sagynbaev moving around. He's now switching from orthodox to southpaw as he moves his feet around. Looks to step in with a couple of punches. Again, definitely the more accurate of the two. He steps in, lands the shots. There's a couple landed from Kadirov as he closed the distance, and a level change and takedown again from Sagynbaev. Works back into this full guard. Looking for the triangle now, Kadirov. Trying to push that wrist down, get the wrist control, legs up high, showing good posture in defense. Good to see Kadirov, as soon as he gets to his back, starting to work, aggressive guard work, looking to finish. He's behind in this fight, but certainly nowhere near out of it. Now got this hip guard, feet onto the hips, which allowed him to push off Sagynbaev there, but Sagynbaev standing up and posturing up and coming down with powerful strikes. always feel though, Sagynbaev cannot switch off inside that guard because Kadirov aggressive. Looking to get up high. He's now locked a body triangle from inside the guard. That will stall the work. He opens the guard up. That's allowed Sagynbaev past, but good guard movement again, hip movement, switches back. And again, he's taking a rest with those legs locked. 2 minutes left in round number 2. This is MMA Series 19, Time of New Heroes. We're live from St. Petersburg, Russia. I'm Ian M16 Butlin. This is Sagynbaev on top. Kadirov underneath in full guard. Looking to switch his hips out to the side. Looking to push the head over, work an angle. Nice scoring for the first round was clearly to Sagynbaev. And in this second round, he's definitely working the strikes, he's worked the position, sat in the guard. And anything that's threatened from the guard, he has defended. So certainly pulling away again in this round. Just like to see Kadirov, he needs to really go for one of these submissions. He threatens, he gets his legs up, he threatens, he looks to get the angle, try to get those legs up, but he needs to actually go for it. He's now behind on points. This could be clearly 2 rounds down and needing a finish as he goes into round number 3, if this round carries on as it is. Big left hand over the top from Sagynbaev, stands up, throws now heavy shots to the floor. Kadirov looks to invert, changes his mind and comes back just to keep those legs in between him and his opponent. An inversion, fairly dangerous in mixed martial arts, unless you're quick and know what you're doing. He's looking maybe for a leg lock there. "17 seconds left in this second round. You just feel Sagynbaev starting to pull through. And Kadirov running out of ideas now as he sits in that guard. Throwing little shots into the head. Nothing really substantial. And we are 2 rounds into this fight. Here we see the replay. Both swinging shots, both slightly out of distance there. With Sagynbaev, who got the takedown again as he changed levels, drops down. That was where he pushed off from the hip guard. But Sagynbaev back into the guard, drops down, landing these ground and pound punches, heavy shots. Shows no respect there for the guard work of Kadirov, which you know is dangerous. Sagynbaev just throws and throws, and there's landed neatly double the shots. The knocker warns the corner, they've got 10 seconds. As they have to look to get out of the cage, finish their instructions, and let their fighters continue with round number 3 of 3 5-minute rounds. Professional mixed martial arts contest, MMA Series 19. Sagynbaev in the blue, Kadirov in the red. For me, Kadirov needs a finish, and he starts with a good 1-2 down the middle there. That seemed to really rock Sagynbaev there, that right cross. Wisely goes for the takedown, but defended well. Sagynbaev rushes into the fence. He wants this takedown now. Maybe trying to get his head clear from those initial punches. That was a good start to this round from Kadirov. Again, big shots. Sagynbaev doesn't look to have recovered from that first shot. Looking for the takedown now as there's blood coming from the head of Maksujon Kadirov. A cut, I think, just above the hairline, above the left hand side of his forehead. See the blood there dripping onto the back of Sagynbaev. This will give confidence, I think, to Kadirov. even though he's bleeding, I know that can maybe put you off, but I think seeing the reaction, seeing how that punch rocked his opponent, I believe it will give him confidence as he's looking to now get the guillotine in that position. Pushes forwards. Is he going to get the finish? That looks tight. And he does. He taps him. I do not think Sagynbaev recovered from that right cross at the start of that round. It rocked him. It shook him. And the confidence from there grew for Kadirov. He needed the finish. I said at the start of that round he needed a finish. And he got it. If we look at the scores now here, I had him 2 rounds up. You guys at home on the Clash TV app had him 2,373 to 945. More than double the score. But that just shows in mixed martial arts, one thing can change around the sway to fight, and I believe it's that right cross.
В этом противостоянии свою 3-ю победу на 3-м раунде на 2-й минуте добывает боец из красного угла Maksujon Kadirov!
Great win. Hats off to Maksujon Kadirov for coming back.
Maksujon, на пару слов. Первые 2 раунда были явно не за тобой. Как удалось в 3-м переломить ход поединка и выдать такой крутой, удушающий.
You changed this fight, so what are you doing?
Alhamdulillah. Никаких оправданий. Я пару дней назад.
No excuses. First rounds, I lost first rounds.
Сил не осталось. Видел, что мой соперник устал.
I find myself when my opponent was tired, and after that,
Я выиграл этот бой.
I won this fight.
Поздравляем. Скажи, пожалуйста, у тебя 3-я подряд. Когда думаешь восстановиться?
It's your 3rd win strike. When you will be fight again? I'll take a rest, and we'll see what we're gonna do in the future.
Своего тренера Пашу и тренера по боксу Чирков Игорь. Спасибо всем моей команде.
Thank you to my team, thank you to my coach.
За то, что они помогли мне. Я думал, показал очень зрелищный бой.
It was a very interesting fight.
Ну, что сказать. Я думаю, скорее всего, вернусь в следующий месяц.
And I hope I'll be back in the next month.
Maksujon Kadirov!
So you see the replay of this bantamweight contest. Iskhak Sagynbaev taking on Maksujon Kadirov. And it was Sagynbaev, powerful, shorter man, getting the takedowns, the heavy strikes, the ground and pound. Really worked the power shots in, damaging shots to Kadirov, who kept trying, he kept looking for the submissions from the back, working off his back, trying to get the legs up, but that right cross at the start of round number 3 switched the fight around, and it was a guillotine choke for the finish from the heavily bleeding Maksujon Kadirov, and a well-deserved win.